Everyone calls Han Li a man of many treasures, and it's absolutely true, my fellow cultivators. But do you know just how many rare and priceless treasures Han Li has acquired in the human realm? Today, join 1991 Review as we take a look at Han Li's arsenal. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please give me a like and a subscribe. I love you all. First, let's talk about the Heavenly Spirit treasures. These are extremely rare. Even the entire Heavenly Sun realm only has a scattered 3 or 4 of them. A legendary figure like the great divination sovereign, a late-stage nascent soul cultivator, had never even seen one before meeting Han Li. Yet, Han Li has several. The answer is 2.5. The first Heavenly Spirit treasure Han Li obtained was the Ethereal Heavenly Cauldron. This was a prize from the Ethereal Heavenly Palace. It is known as the #1 secret treasure in the Starfall Sea. Offensively, it can defeat enemies. Defensively, it can protect. The space inside can even seal living beings, such as a heavenly azure sacred beast, which was once trapped within it. However, the greatest use of Ethereal Heavenly Cauldron is not for combat, but as a key related to the spirit realm. So we won't go into detail about that in this video. At the ancient Desolation Mountains in Great Gene, when Han Li helped Yu seal the ancient demon, he obtained the 8-directional spirit ruler and a fragment of the Black Wind flag. The 8-directional spirit ruler was originally a heavenly spirit treasure of the Buddhist sect, extremely powerful against demonic forces, which is why it was used to suppress the ancient demon. In many battles, the 8-directional spirit ruler helped Han Li easily control his enemies. For example, when he faced the Reverend Halley and the Great Benevolent Foam, as soon as the 8-directional spirit ruler appeared, their true essence would instantly freeze, leaving them unable to move, and they were promptly captured by Han Li. When Han Li retrieved Zi-Ling from the hands of the transformation stage cultivator, the Tiger Demon, the 8-directional spirit ruler also played a significant role. It's a pity that when he secretly crossed into the spirit realm, he encountered a spatial vortex, and the 8-directional spirit ruler was damaged while resisting it. As for the Black Wind flag, it was also a famous heavenly spirit treasure, but to escape danger, the ancestor of the Spring tribe used it to self-destruct. After everything was over, Han Li happened to pick up a few fragments. A mosquito leg is still meat, after all. With the meticulous nature of a professional scavenger, he would never miss something valuable. Thanks to the guidance of the heavenly azure sacred beast, Han Li learned that the fragments of the Black Wind flag could be refined into the evil artifact Crimson Soul Fan. Although not a heavenly spirit treasure, the Crimson Soul Fan possessed rare spatial divine abilities. For instance, Han Li directly used the Crimson Soul Fan to wrap up the huge divine Yuan mountain of the guy named Gong. So he went to Great Gene to intercept the star-gazing cultivators of the Een Luo sect, snatching more than a dozen ghost Luo banners from the Een Luo sect elder storage pouches, and only then did he successfully refine the Crimson Soul Fan. In addition to the heavenly spirit treasures, Han Li also has quite a few counterfeit heavenly spirit treasures. The one he used most was the 3 Flames Fan. The 3 Flames Fan was a replica of the 7 Flames Fan. After Han Li obtained a method to refine the 7 Flames Fan, he had the great divination sovereign improve it according to his own will, finally creating the 3 Flames Fan. When fighting the gigantic toothed Yiksha, Han Li furiously waved the 3 Flames Fan. When his magical power ran low, he would drink some lunar dew nectar and continue fanning. This reckless, all-out fighting style frustrated the gigantic toothed Yiksha. Fortunately, the traditional formation in the ancient Desolation Mountains was activated in the end, or the gigantic toothed Yiksha might have died on the spot. Later, when the second nascent soul betrayed Han Li, he only needed to wave the 3 Flames Fan once, and the body of the heavenly fiend corpse, refined from Ti's remains, was incinerated. Furthermore, the heavenly fiend here was refined from Ti's body. Besides the 3 Flames Fan, Han Li also acquired the Golden Azure Cauldron from Reverend Halley, and the Sacred Cauldron from the Dungu tribe. As for the replica Demon Dragon Blade, it's not a replica of a heavenly treasure, but merely a magical artifact. We'll discuss this in more detail later. So let's skip it for now. Now, let's move on to the ancient treasures Han Li picked up before, such as the Dual Flower Ancient Treasures, Jade Rui, 5 Elements Ring, Blood Color Cloak, the Spear from the Warm Corpse sect, the 8-Tail Belt, and the Bala Beads. We'll put these aside for now. After entering the nascent soul stage, Han Li picked up the Imperial Wind Chariot and the Heavenly Insect Wind from the hands of Reverend Mu. Then, in Reverend Shang's cave, he obtained the ancient treasure, the self-refining pouch, and half of the dual polarity ring. When subduing his senior sister Nangongwan, he conveniently took the other half of the dual polarity ring from her storage pouch. As for the 3 artifacts his senior sister used, the Blood Demon Sword, Han Li reluctantly kept them as well. After that, when trading with ancestor Ling Hu, Han Li gained another ancient treasure, the Heavenly Azure Light. In Wu's Mountain, Han Li obtained a large cauldron. It was originally just a magical artifact, but after cultivating for 10,000 years, it had evolved into a fire tribute exotic treasure. The fire element material within the cauldron was later refined by Han Li into the fire lotus silk, an extremely powerful magical artifact. After cooperating with the stunningly beautiful great demoness XNE, all of Reverend Chi's treasures naturally fell into Han Li's hands, including an item called the demon-subduing mace, which was a treasure left behind by the three old women. Its power was not to be underestimated. Later, at the Northern Night Minor Extreme Palace, besides Reverend Halley's group, Han Li also killed many high-level demon cultivators. Although their ancient treasures didn't impress him much, Han Li still gathered them all and put them in his storage pouch. Next, let's talk about the magical artifacts on Han Li's person. First are the two magical artifacts Han Li personally participated in refining, the Azure Bamboo Cloud Swirling Sword and the Wind Thunder Wings. Speaking of the Azure Bamboo Cloud Swirling Sword, Han Li poured all his power into it. The first sword of punishment was refined from 6 10,000-year-old Golden Thunder Bamboo. If Reverend Xiangu knew Han Li had so many Golden Thunder Bamboos, he would surely accuse him of hacking the game. Not stopping there, Han Li also mixed and refined gung metal and 10,000-year-old profound jade into the sword blanks. The hardness of the Azure Bamboo Cloud Swirling Sword now far surpassed even the original roots of Luo AI. The most terrifying thing is that Han Li has 72 of them, and all 72 can be combined to form the Great Gung Sword Formation. In the nascent soul stage, Han Li's use of this formation was enough to threaten a soul transformation cultivator. From this, you can see how terrifying the sword formation is. As for the Wind Thunder Wings, this is also a magical artifact that Han Li uses most often. It helps him cast the Thunder Escape technique, which is useful for both escaping and sneak attacks. For example, during his fight with Reverend Mu, after Han Li advanced to Nascent Soul, he used the Wind Thunder Wings to suddenly close in and immediately destroy his opponent's body. Not only that, the Wind Thunder Wings can also be combined with demon cultivation techniques, like the 9 transformations of Swift Wind and the Blood Shadow Escape, to make his escape speed even more terrifying. Later, Han Li even used top-grade spirit stones, the wings of an ancient giant bird, and the feathers of Heavenly Phoenix to upgrade the Wind Thunder Wings. This shows how much he values this magical artifact. Besides the 2 magical artifacts he refined himself, Han Li has picked up even more. Among them, 2 are the most prominent. First is the Ghost Luo banner dropped by the elders of the Een Luo sect. The Een Luo sect had a total of 18 Ghost Luo banners. When all 18 are used together, they can even resist a soul transformation cultivator. This formation is somewhat similar to the Great Gung Sword Formation. Han Li continuously killed many Een Luo sect elders, grabbing more than 17 Ghost Luo banners at once, which almost caused the Een Luo sect to change its name to Een Sect because it was completely plundered. The second item is the fake Demon Dragon Blade. The Demon Dragon Blade was a supreme demonic treasure. Although not a heavenly treasure, it was still a very powerful magical artifact. A demon once used this very blade to kill a soul transformation cultivator, which shows how terrifying its power is in the human realm. It is one of the very few magical artifacts with power close to a heavenly spirit treasure. This replica Demon Dragon Blade, although it has many flaws, retains a crucial attribute. It levels up by killing. You can think of it as a killing sword. The more it kills, the more power it accumulates, with no limit. In other words, if Han Li were to truly pour his efforts into using it, it's not impossible for this replica to surpass the original. Its only weakness is that if it's not nourished with flesh and blood for a long time, its power will decline. This treasure was originally owned by the 10,000-year corpse in the 10,000 Demons Valley. It once went on a frenzied rampage, ambushing cultivators to accumulate power in a dungeon. Unexpectedly, it was later confiscated by Yu Yu, and before entering the spirit realm, Yu Yu gave both his Demon Dragon Blade and the heavenly spirit treasure, the 8-directional spirit ruler, to Han Li. This shows how much Yu Yu cared for Han Li. That's all for the magical artifacts. Next, let's talk about the summoned creatures. First, there's no need to mention the soul-devouring golden insects. After Han Li reached the profound infant stage, he also obtained 12 6-winged frost bees and the earth armor dragon, which specializes in finding treasures. As for the azure flame of binding ice, it was initially just a flame with a slightly greater power, but after Han Li obtained the Taiyin True Fire and the Taiyang Star Fire, the 3 flames merged and devoured each other, transforming into a unique fire that was both cold and hot and possessed its own sentience. The level of this flame is absolutely the number 1 in the human realm. The so-called Azura Holy Fire in Reverend Xian Gu's body is nothing in comparison. After that, with the help of the great divination sovereign, Han Li also refined a set of late-stage nascent soul puppets. The puppets themselves were already powerful, but Han Li equipped them with top-grade items. For example, a Thunderfire Bow, demon-exterminating arrows from Reverend Xian Gu, a resistant diamond shield, and an illusionary light pearl. Moreover, it could also summon 3 flying daggers that could turn invisible and nullify magical barriers. If you compare it to a game, this is a top-tier count that's a whale. After killing the old demon Zijian, Han Li also subdued the 5 sons of the same mind demons. When these 5 demons team up, their power is equivalent to a late-stage nascent soul cultivator, and they are immortal and undying, making them extremely difficult to deal with. As a result, every time Han Li acts, he directly sends out these 5 demon puppets, and the battle instantly turns into a gang fight. Besides the combat treasures, Han Li also holds a good number of talismans and secret talismans. For example, the Descending Spirit Talisman, Spirit Transformation Talisman, and 6-ding Heavenly Armor Talisman from the Heavenly Talisman sect. Among them, the Descending Spirit Talisman was cultivated by Han Li himself. When activated, both his cultivation and physical strength increased dramatically. The strange thing is that the Descending Spirit Talisman also comes with a transformation effect, turning Han Li into a half-human, half-ghost figure with an unyielding demonic aura. The Spirit Transformation Talisman was obtained by Han Li from the Heavenly Talisman sect in a trade. Its greatest use is a second life, a second chance. You can think of it as a resurrection item in a game. The 6-ding Heavenly Armor Talisman is even more domineering. It condenses the spiritual energy of heaven and earth into a protective shield. As long as the spiritual energy of heaven and earth is not exhausted, these 6 layers of protection can continuously operate and recover, almost like how a soul transformation cultivator mobilizes the spiritual energy of heaven and earth. These 8 secret talismans were originally obtained by Nangong Wan in the blood-colored Forbidden Land. Later, when Han Li was sneaking into the spirit realm, Nangong Wan gave them to him. Not only that, when trading with Ancestor Linghu, he also gave Han Li a secret jade talisman. And before entering the spirit realm, Ji also left a realm-breaking talisman for Han Li. After killing Ancestor Jin Hua in the Starfall Sea, Han Li refined the Great Slaughter Transformation to Azure talisman based on the instructions in the Sword Art Jade Tome. The items mentioned above are all very famous secret talismans. As for ordinary talismans, Han Li has too many to list. Among Han Li's countless treasures, many are also tools and materials, such as the Immortal Slaying Pearl, Realm Transforming Pearl, Wood Generating Pearl, Golden Stream Bamboo, Soul Nourishing Wood, Spirit Eye Tree, Jade Spirit Face Demon, Ceramic Spirit Face Demon, 10,000-Year Profound Jade, 9-Twist Spirit Ginseng, Heavenly Corpse Pearl, Vajra Shield, Golden Efficiency Jade Tome, Profound Heaven Vine, Heavenly Machine Axe, and countless demonic beast blood materials. In particular, in the Minor Extreme Palace dungeon, Han Li killed a 3-eyed demon beast and used its eye to refine the divine ability Destructive Magic Eye. This move is a true nascent soul killer. A nascent soul cultivator can escape by casting a teleportation spell, but the Destructive Magic Eye can easily break this teleportation. For example, the Sect Master Foam, a late-stage nascent soul cultivator, was defeated by this move. Regarding cultivation techniques and secret arts, Han Li also has quite a few. Fist and Sword Art, Great Divination Profound Een Underworld King Bone Eroding Art, Dragon Evolving Art, Phoenix Rampage Origin Nourishing Art, Overturning Heaven Wave Art, 10,000 Truths Fan Refinement Art, Mysterious Sudden Wind 9 Transformations, Blood Shadow Escape Technique, and the Planet Spirit Grass from Foam Shi. Before going to the Spirit Realm, Han Li basically turned on auto-loot mode. Wherever he went, the treasures of the local sects would mysteriously disappear. In this way, Han Li collected a ton of magical artifacts, ancient treasures, and even replicas of heavenly spirit treasures. Ultimately, the reason Han Li is called a man of many treasures is because for a long time he transformed himself into a treasure thief. But among all the treasures, the most important is the little green bottle, because the spirit liquid inside has a miraculous effect on accelerating growth. This is the key for Han Li to ascend from a mortal to the heavenly realm. Without the little green bottle, Han Li might not have even survived the trial with Reverend Amo. Even if he was lucky enough to defeat Reverend Amo and Yao Xiaodong with his 4-spirit root aptitude, without the little green bottle, he would have been stuck at the chi condensation stage for the rest of his life. Later, the titles like A Man of Many Treasures or The Treasure Thief were just baseless rumors. The little green bottle was so important that in the Third Heart Tribulation, when Hanli entered the nascent soul stage, the incident of the bottle being exposed occurred, which shows how significant its position is. Through this entire summary, we can see that the treasures on Hanli are truly countless. I feel that this collection alone is more than enough to equip several top-tier sects in the human realm, so the title, A Man of Many Treasures, is truly well-deserved. Of course, this list might have some omissions. If you know of any other treasures the old devil has, or if I forgot to add something, please leave a comment below. For now, 1991 Review says goodbye, and see you again